Hello, my beautiful Tauruses. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Priscilla Bernstein, and this is going to be Taurus's reading for July. I know this is a little bit late. I'm sorry for the tardiness, but hopefully you guys are off to... It's been a little bit of a bumpy start this month. I will say energetically, there's been a lot going on. We had the Sirius Stargate from the 3rd to the 7th. And we're coming upon our full moon in Capricorn on the 13th. So a lot is shifting in the collective, and hopefully you guys are navigating with grace. All right, so let's see, Taurus, what July has in store for you. All right. Okay, so Spirit, what do my beautiful Tauruses have in store for this month? Thank you. We got the Eight of Wands reversed and the Prince of Wands upright. And I just saw actually 113 right as we started. So again, I feel like this full moon is going to be really potent and prominent for you. All right, what are the lessons that my Tauruses are learning? We got the Two of Wands and the King of Pentacles reversed. Two of Wands was upright. And then what is the spiritual guidance this month? Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Wands and the Eight of Hearts reversed. Queen of Wands upright, Eight of Hearts reversed. And then the last card, what is the overall energy that my beautiful Tauruses are going to be navigating this month, please, Spirit? Thank you. The King of Hearts. Lovely. I'm going to pull some clarifiers for you, Taurus, and then we will get into your reading and see what all is coming through for you. Okay. Oops. Actually, what just happened was the Eight of Wands was reversed, and it was like my hand caught it and it spun around upright. So Spirit was telling me to turn that upright instead of reverse. So we're going to read it as such. Okay, can I get a clarifier for this first deck, please? Okay, so we have the King of Coins reversed, which you have two King of Pentacles, two King of Coins reversed in this reading now. So it's a double whammy here. And then the Three of Swords upright. And then can I get a clarifier for the second step, please? Clarifier for the lessons. Thank you. We got the Six of Wands reversed. Clarifier for the... Thank you, Spirit. We got the One of Swords and the Four of Swords, both upright. Can I get a clarifier for this overall energy, please? Thank you, Spirit. The Empress reversed, the King of Swords reversed, and the Lovers reversed. And then a card just fell off of the deck. Oh no, that was the Lovers. Oh, and it flipped around, so the Lovers upright. Okay, so those are your clarifiers. Let's get into it, Taurus. Okay, so what we have to look forward to this month, the Prince of Wands and the Eight of Wands. The Prince of Wands is all about movement. It's all about finding a stable foundation, moving careers, moving jobs, moving places that you're living. This is a big time for you. What I was feeling right before coming into this reading, Taurus, is that you guys are stepping into a new foundation, that there is more support in your foundation moving forward, which should feel really good. This Eight of Wands that reversed itself, this Spirit reversed for you all, is letting you know that there's a lot of signs and synchronicities. There's a lot of messages coming through right now, so pay attention to whatever those are and however you're getting them. The way that we receive signs, synchronicities, and messages sometimes can come in unexpected ways, like by hearing a section of a song and just like one part of it jumping out at us. It almost seems like it gets louder and like more prominent so we can hear it, and then the rest of the song just kind of goes back into the regular tone that it was, where you weren't really paying attention to it as much, right? So that could be a sign or synchronicity. It can come through a text message from a friend. It can come through seeing something on social media. The synchronicities are things that are happening, and it's like the reaffirmation over and over and over again. If the same thing is happening, a lot of times my guides will bring me things in threes when it's super important. So just pay attention if things are happening consistently and you keep hearing or seeing the same things, whether these are angel numbers, whether this is an animal spirit. I had a spider crawl across my arm this morning during meditation, and spiders have been an animal spirit of mine. Sometimes they come into my field very prominently when spirit's trying to let me know, like, be careful of what you're creating. Remember, you're weaving your web right now. You're in like deep creation phase or a high manifestation moment. So be careful where your thoughts and your words and your actions are going, because you don't want to create that, right? So just pay attention to what's coming through via your signs and synchronicities and the messages coming from spirit and your guides, okay? But there's a lot of movement happening in your foundations, your job, what you're doing for work, in your home life, and everything is becoming more stable is what I'm really feeling for you. And with this, so this was the first or the second time you guys got the King of Coins reversed, and then we have the Three of Swords reversed. Be really cautious and conscientious of choosing things from a place of, okay, so with this Three of Swords, usually this is a contextual card for literally saying that there could be a third party situation or getting too caught up in like a karmic situation with somebody, and kind of having an allurement of two different people or things in your life, and you're like trying to work both of them. That's not going to work here, okay? So what is coming through for this is don't let the easy thing kind of take over what your heart actually wants, if that makes sense. So let's say that you have this, you know, idea between two allurements or two loves, whether this is a person, two different people, two different job opportunities. You know, don't just go with the thing that's easy, that's going to bring you a lot of money, that's going to bring you the wealth and fame, you know, like go with the thing that your heart is really pulling you towards, that your soul is activating you towards, that you feel when you think about it, it lights you up and it pulls you forward and it makes you feel really good inside. It makes you feel at peace. There is, if you guys get my cosmic newsletter, it was threaded throughout the whole newsletter where spirit was saying we're moving more into feeling our choices, into feeling our feeling sense. This takes more embodiment. This takes being in your body and feeling your choices, right? So it can't just come from a place of logic, and it can't be revolving around quote unquote money or the big physical gain, right? You guys got the King of Pentacles or the King of Coins twice, both reversed. So maybe you've been really focused on making money. Maybe you've been really focused on like setting that foundation and having everything in balance before you make a move. But what I'm getting here is that that's almost like the wrong energy to be putting out. It's like you can still work and build towards that. Just make sure that you're making choices that are aligned with your heart and the choices that are aligning with what you truly want in the outcome. It's not just about making the money. It's not just about having the fame and fortune and climbing that ladder. It's not just about that easy gain, right? It's about what your heart is aligning to, what your body is asking for and aligning to. And when everything is in sync, mind, body, and soul, heart and spirit, right? When everything's in sync, you're going to get so much further than you actually realize. But in the grand scheme of things, in this quote unquote 3D reality, it may seem like the bigger allurement, the easy thing is the thing that you want. But in the same breath, if there's any constriction in your body around this, or your heart's telling you no, pay attention to that, listen to that, pay attention to those signs and synchronicities. This is a huge indicator here. And the fact that spirit reversed this for you is a huge indicator that you're getting a lot of this, the signs and synchronicities. So pay big attention to that. Okay, so the lessons that you're learning, again, this is that other King of Pentacles that you guys got reversed, and the Two of Wands. Here is a decision that has to be made. You're at a crossroads. You haven't, like, you're going to need to take action in one of the two realms, but remember, it cannot come from this place, like Spirit's really driving this home. It cannot come from this place of the fast thing, the easy thing, the, what do you call it? What do they call it when it's like that instant gratification, right? Like, just because you can have the instant gratification doesn't mean that whatever that other thing is isn't worth the work or worth the wait or worth the investment, right? Like, there's a decision that has to be made, and you're gonna have to make some moves here. There's gonna be action that's needed to be taken, but Spirit's wanting you to know, just be sure to understand that this can't come from that ego place. It can't come from just the physical aspect of money or the physical aspect of advancement. It needs to come from that place of love to have longevity, to really sustain itself. And what I was saying before is, like, you guys are getting support in your new foundation. So pay attention to what your guidance and what your body and what your heart is really wanting, because when you follow that, the support is going to be even more immense in your life to have that. And then we had the Six of Wands. I think this was reversed. We have the Six of Wands reversed here. So when we think about the six, this is about familial aspects, foundation, right? Your family and the legacy that you're building. But there's something here around thinking long-term as opposed to thinking quick and easy, right? Thinking long-term, focusing on the long-term. Think about what it is that you're really wanting for the fullness of your legacy, and then make choices based on whatever that is in the future. Make your choices in alignment with that, okay? All right, so the spiritual guidance here, we have the Eight of Hearts reversed and the Queen of Wands upright. And then we had the Ace of Swords and the Four of Swords. So what I'm getting here is either you've been in a deep grieving period, you have been in like a mourning state, or sorrow or depression. You can see she's like crying these heart tears. Maybe a relationship didn't work out, maybe something didn't work out that you were really, you know, hoping and praying would, based on, you know, something that you were aligning with from your heart, or you thought was your heart asking for. But there's, what I'm getting is there's something deeper here around how you take action, and it needing to come from a more receptive place. Like, maybe you're needing to move into more receptivity as opposed to being closed off in your heart center, being closed off and in this like lower vibrational energy of just grieving. Because at a certain point we have to shift out of the grief and start to move up the levels, whether that is you know, anger is a really good one to be at, because you know you're about to bump past the precipice of that neutrality, and then from there it's the higher vibrational energies coming up. So, you know, working through the stages of grief or whatever needs to happen, taking action from a place of receptivity and opening your heart again to receive, opening your heart to love, opening your heart to the infinite possibilities of the universe, because whatever didn't work out for a reason. There's something else on the horizon, or there's something else that you're needing to do that will eventually open your heart back up, that will eventually expand you past what it is that you thought it was that you wanted. Sometimes, I love that quote where it says something along the lines of like, it was like, even though you didn't get what you wanted, like, and it seemed like a negative thing, or it seemed like a sad or bad thing, what happened in the end was you got something even better, right? So what's coming is going to be even better. So whatever that thing was that you thought you wanted, that you're grieving right now, just know that when you're more receptive and open to taking action in alignment with your heart, in alignment with opening your heart and embracing love in a different way, that is going to bring you more than you could ever imagine, right? So what I'm getting here with this Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords is this Ace of Swords is like it can cut both ways, right? Like you have the indecision side and then you have the decision side where you're really decisive and clear. And you just have to be careful on whether you're turning that blade on yourself or you're pointing that towards others. And I'm getting you've been in a state of meditation or a state of solitude and being alone. But let me see if I can get one more card here. Can I get one more clarifier here for the spiritual guidance, please? Thank you. The Chariot. Yeah, so there's something here around like swift action that needs to be taken, but in a way that is in alignment with your heart, in a way that you're really listening to your heart. You're really listening to the things that that you want, because it's like gaining a new perspective or a new way of thinking with this Ace of Swords here. Like you've been in the dark, you've been in this sad, lonely place, in this place of solitude and meditation and just kind of going it alone. But there's some, you know, swift action with this Chariot card and a new perspective that needs to happen of receptivity, of openness, of taking action for the sake of taking action because your heart is activating you to take action. Okay, Taurus, there's something really beautiful building here. And with this last card, the overall energy, we had the King of Hearts, and then we had the Empress reversed, the King of Swords reversed, and then the Lovers card was reversed and it flipped around and was upright. So what I'm getting is, Taurus, you're coming into a new relationship, or maybe it's an old relationship that it's a new start that you guys are having, but like what I'm getting here is the fulfillment of all your heart's desires and you really opening your heart to this love, to this thing that your heart and your body and your soul truly want. And with that, this is such a beautiful thing. Follow your instincts and intuition with this Empress card. Really tune into your body and what it's telling you. Tune into your heart and what it's telling you. Your instincts are there. You already know. You just have to get out of your head, Taurus. You have to stop being so pragmatic and so quote unquote logical or like thinking too much about it. That's this Chariot card and this Ace of Wands. It's like gain that new perspective. Take swift action and do it from this place of receptivity and openness, okay? Like there's something so big for you here, but like you're gonna get this person, you're gonna get the one that you want. Your heart is gonna be very, very happy, and you too are going to be very, very happy. So what I'm getting is you need to be in alignment with what you want, period. That's it. Like, and you need to make those choices. You need to follow your instinct and intuition, and you need to get out of your head, okay? This Knight of Swords, it's with his sword through his head. It's like you have to stop thinking so much about it and just make that move. Even if you're a feminine and going after a man, like this is you speaking your piece. This is you honoring your truth. This is you stepping into your empowerment and really stating what it is that you want. And if you're a man going after a woman, like maybe there is no woman. Maybe it's just something that is so aligned with your heart that you want that you have to make that move. You have to open your heart, crack it open, let it bleed out, and then open yourself up to receive love in whatever that thing is, whether it's a new job, whether it's a new, like moving to a new place that really calls to you. You know, there's so much here, but what I'm really getting is follow your instinct and intuition. And honestly, I do feel like this is a relationship. This is based on a relationship, not on a move, not on a job or anything like that. This is based on a relationship, a intimate relationship, you know, a romantic relationship, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to pull an animal spirit card now for you Tauruses. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So we got the oyster, the fox, and the camel. Okay, so again, when we think about camels, they have their humps on their back. They have all the resources that they need, you know, where they store water. They really continue to make forward strides, towards where it is that they're going. They are following their instincts. They already know, and they know where water is. They know where to go. So pay attention to those instincts and intuition. Pay attention to your emotions and your feelings. This is something that's going to be so big for you this month. As you pull yourself out of your head and drop into your body, the more that you're listening to your body, to your instincts, the body talks, your cells, your cellular DNA talks to you, your heart talks to you. Get embodied and start listening to that and follow your instincts and intuition. Know that you have every resource you need to make the desired moves that you need this month. Then we have the fox. The fox is sly, it's cunning, it is playful, and you know, my little boy Diego, my dog, he is very fox-like when we are on hikes. He will, if he sees, you know, some sort of like ground squirrel, you know, like a prairie dog or something like that, the way that he hops through the forest to go get to whatever that like thing was is so cute, because he hops like a fox, and his back legs look very fox-like. So I get really attuned with fox energy when I'm on hikes with him. And what's really interesting is they go after what they want. They hop to, right? They hop to it and they go after what they want. And it's like they see that thing move and they're after it, you know? So they're cunning, they're sly, they understand, but they're also taking quick movement. And that's something that is necessary for you this month, Taurus. And the last one we have is the oyster. Know that, you know, when we think about oysters building a pearl, they do that in sedentary situations, right? Oysters don't move. They, you know, are attached to something and they grow, and they're also an aphrodisiac, right? But as Tauruses, you know, you're very feeling oriented and you're focused on beauty and you're very passionate about things, but God forbid if anybody tells you to do something you don't like it, you will shut down, you will shut your shell, and you will close up. But what this is knowing that you have beauty within you, and really, like, it doesn't matter what part anybody's seeing of you, whether it's the outer shell or whether it's the soft inside that you're allowing somebody into. But allow yourself to open up a little bit more this month. Don't be so closed off. Don't be so hidden. Don't hide your heart this month. This is the month to really share and speak up what is coming through for you. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. Okay, I'm going to pull an oracle card now for you, Taurus. I feel like in the last reading, if I remember correctly, you guys had a lot of, you had some decisions to make. So I feel like maybe you've made those decisions, or you're still kind of maybe in a bit of an anticipatory space, but ultimately I feel like you know what you're doing, or what you kind of know what you want. And so really when we pay attention to our bodies and our hearts and less about the logic in our mind, that things begin to really activate within us. So pay attention to that. Okay, we got crossing fate here, and there was another card that I saw fell out, which was the black egg. And I'm gonna read this one from the book because I don't really know it by heart. But these egg ones really are a bit different because they're related to spirit. So let me read this to you all. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. Here it is. Here it is, right here. We're about to drop it. The black egg contains one of life's essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noise, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that which rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sounds draw us in, books draw us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself? What is true about the world? When the energy of the black egg is not yet accessed, we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment in every situation. It's the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of our voice. And this card is connected to the 5th chakra, which is your throat. The ancient sages saw this center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. The Vishuddha translate as especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but is especially essential for writers, editors, musicians, and teachers. So really, that's what this whole reading has been saying, and that just summed it up into a card. It's time to speak your truth and do that from the heart. Your heart will always tell you what is real, okay? And your oracle is crossing fate. So there's something destined here. This relationship feels very destined. It feels like fate. And it's you literally stepping into the threshold of it and crossing over, saying yes and walking into the eye of the abyss, because you already know that there's fate here, that it's destiny. I think you've been feeling it for some time, and you know, whatever that has to do with, it's time to take the ego out of it and really attune to the heart and step into this eye of the unknown, and just know it will probably be better than you could even imagine. Okay, so I'm gonna pull one more card for you. This is gonna be a moon card of what energy you need to be in this month to really have everything that you want and get this King of Hearts, get this relationship, get everything in check. Let's see what we got here. Thank you, Spirit. Beginnings and assessing. Okay, this is where you're at right now. You're looking through that telescope. You're setting your sights on what it is that you want. You understand and are getting in alignment. You can see these stars aligning here. You're getting in alignment, and then you're going to step through this threshold, through this crossing of fate, and you're going to start this new beginning. It's all about taking action this month, Taurus. No more sedentary, no more sitting on it, no more thinking about it. It's all about that action and stepping into this new beginning. And literally all it takes is that one step over the threshold, and you're in that new world. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, Taurus. There's nothing to be scared of. If this was helpful, please share this with another Taurus babe. If you would like a personalized reading or a session with me, you can book that below. And be sure to watch your rising and moon sign as well to get the full overview of what the rest of July holds for you. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.